So, do you ever catch yourself being consumed by every problem in your life all happening at once? You know, family members causing havoc, the work is that you're doing is not going to plan, and plans with friends are not going well, and pets and food and prices of things going up. It's like, oh my gosh, what is happening right now? And so you get caught up in the mix of all your problems happening all at once in your head. But what if I tell you what are the actual problems, like the real actual problems that are currently occurring in reality right now as you're breathing, as you're watching this video? What are the current actual problems happening to you? That is when you take notice that a lot of the problems that you think you have all live in your head. Let me say that again. What are the actual problems happening in reality to you at this moment? And do you notice how a lot of it coming from your head? And I've understood it as a situation where your mind processes information and adds a lot of stress to your decision making and how you view the world and your perception of how things are, how they actually are in reality. Because I don't know the numbers, but maybe 8 times, 9 times out of 10, you are literally fine right now in this moment watching this video. And to those who are really not fine and they are in danger, please seek support and please get help. But if you're just chilling at home and you're at a cafe, like, what are the real problems that you have? Like, maybe you're getting shelter, you're getting fed, you probably have Wi-Fi to watch this video, so you have an abundance of information to learn and make action on. And so when the focus is so projected on the problems in life, sometimes we forget that actually we are all good, and there can be a focus of actually problem solving than the actual problems. And so a title that I've said this in my own life is, why should I act from stress when I can act from a place of faith? And faith means different things to people. But for me, faith is really a deep trust, a really deep trust that everything happening according to plan, and that I am trusting the process, whatever higher beings, the universe, for me it's God, is working and is providing me with the answers right now that I can take to move forward. And a lot of times, yes, I can understand it is super difficult to act and do things when all you can think about is the problems that are happening in your life at the moment. I want to come from a place and tell you that you can actually solve all your problems and still be good. If you didn't know me, my name is Okeano. I'm a Filipino-Australian filmmaker, currently making a documentary or just documenting my life in the process of making a career out of my arts. And I'm saying all of this is because I'm going through the same things of like, this morning or last night especially, I got super stressed out of like, oh my gosh, like a lot of things I was trying out in my own businesses were like not going to plan, and then I get worried if the people and the other parties of the business will reject me and push me out and stuff like that. But it's like, okay, all I gotta do is do what I gotta do to problem solve it, communicate, and then just keep going with the work. I'm really coming from a place that I am trusting the process, having so much faith that the direction I'm going in is the right direction, and nothing can go wrong when I truly believe and trust that this path that I'm taking will serve me. And if it doesn't serve me, it will keep serving me because I will just learn from anything. And that's the strength of actually acting from faith and acting from a place of problem solving. Because hell no way in life is gonna be like a smooth ride. No way life's gonna be like, all right, here's the fast lane. You know, it's always gonna punch you in the gut. It's always gonna slap you, freaking wiggle your nose. It's gonna make fun of you, and you just gotta laugh and sort of like enjoy the ride and keep going. Super easy to say, but once you say it more, it becomes super easy to be and do. And that's what I'm practicing at this moment, even creating these videos. So to update you in my journey as a filmmaker, where am I currently? I'm currently in Lombok, Indonesia. I have just lived in Lombok for a month, like a month ago, and I stayed a few weeks in Bali. And so now I'm back in Lombok, literally in a treehouse. And the whole goal for me this time, for the next, I'm staying here for another 20 days, is to work on my UGC business and work on self-mastery. And so what does this look like? The work that I've done in the past week, I have set up a lot of my social media accounts for my UGC business that I've done. And I've set up a lot of these social medias as part of the programs that I'm doing for a lot of these UGC tech brands. So that's been done. Also, this is what I mean by nothing has been working with a lot of UGC, because a lot of my accounts have not been connected properly to my VPN. So that's messed up a lot of like the audience I've been targeting on those accounts. A lot of the work this week has been like troubleshooting that. Also, another part of the work that I've done is I directed and also managed a video shoot from Indonesia that is based in Perth. And so we got another friend here. Come. All right, well, all you can see is his legs, but the bro, Arian, I'm staying with him in this treehouse for the next 20 days. And so we're both sort of locking in and doing work. He's got his own business that he's doing. I'll probably introduce him in another video. But as I was saying, I directed and managed a shoot from Lombok and had a team in Perth to film an event. That was over the weekend, completed, and I heard feedback that it was a success. So really happy with that I get to just do work and provide value when I'm not even there. That's pretty cool. Also, another big part of the work that I've done this past week is one of the shoots that I directed in Perth, another one, didn't go to plan, so I spent a lot of the week just troubleshooting and communicating with the client to best resolve the problems that we were facing. A lot of it was miscommunication at the end of the day, so I really need to get better at that. Pretty much 90% of it was fixing things that didn't go to plan. So that's why I'm coming from a place of having faith and continuing to do the work and smiling, and most of all communicating, because stuff like this happens all the time. It's not a surprise. Some metrics of success. As I said, I feel like I had more challenges this past week than anything that was super concrete. So I just want to say a metric of success has been that I've been able to live in Southeast Asia, in Indonesia, for like close to 2 months, or 2 months already, and I've been able to live out of home, if that makes sense. I've left my hometown, Perth in Australia, and it's been 2 months, and I already made the decision 1st of January this year that I was going to move out of my hometown. And metric of success, I've been out here for 2 months, so that's been pretty sick. Some lessons this week that I've learned is part of the process of leaving my hometown in Perth is that I have a big pool of clients there that rely on me for a lot of their gigs. And so a lesson that I've learned this week is to let go of what previously served me in the past. In Perth, I was a videographer for a lot of the commercial and also dance communities. And that served me before when I was living in Perth in terms of my network and in terms of just income and how I was earning money. And right now, currently, obviously I'm not in Perth, so that's really hard to do. But at the same time, I don't want to go out of my way to go back to Perth to do these sort of gigs, because right now my goals are becoming a filmmaker rather than a videographer. Let go of what previously served you. A lot of people in Perth, shout out to you guys, that are hitting me up for gigs, and I am taking the courage to say no, to also help them in that process. I'm not just being like, yo, I'm out. Sort of really helping them with other networks that I have in Perth. If you're a videographer in Perth who wants to get sort of work done, hit me up. I have a lot of clients, and I'll be down to really chat with you to see how, Perth can be supported during this time with your boy out. Another big lesson that I've realized, real decision makers, people who are doing big things in the world, in the marketplace, such as like really big brands or really big agencies or people who built big businesses, real decision makers care about how you think rather than what you do. And so what my thoughts are on, I guess, the economy and the environment of what's happening in the world, I feel like it's super accessible to create things and make things and do things because a lot of the tools and technologies allow that to happen. You can create a video like that. You can make some sort of AI video just like this. You can create a freaking website in like 5 minutes. The barrier to entry to actually create things and do things is so easy that a lot of the times people are not sort of educated and don't have a solid foundation and background of why things are built and how things can be implemented and facilitated in a way where it gives a lot of value to the world. People are just doing. But the lesson I learned is real decision makers care about what you think. An example of this is this week I had joined a call, an interview, to sort of see how I fit in an agency. And a lot of the questions I got asked in this interview wasn't even, what have you done? Show me a portfolio. What is this? What is that? It was really like, what do you think of this problem? And what do you think of the direction we're taking our business in? And pretty much it was just like, what do you think? The people who think big and think beyond the scope of the now and really think visionary, in my opinion, are the ones that really move the needle forward and often have the most advice and value to give to a company. That's a lesson I'm learning, and it's a lesson that has sort of helped me reflect on what I value in the world and what is my actual expertise. And so being more aware of how I actually think and sharpening how I think and also how I communicate, I think is going to really help me just be in some crazy spaces and with people that actually move the needle forward. And the next section of this video is, what is the advice Okeano 3 years from now will give to myself currently at this moment of me going like, oh my God, I'm so stressed. So I asked myself, can you recognize the answers that are right in front of you at this moment right now? As you're breathing, as you're watching this video, what are the answers that have come to you that maybe you haven't realized, you haven't recognized, you may not see clearly, but actually if you open your eyes and sort of look, reflect, and just be present, what are the answers that are currently in front of you? It could have been the tree that has a new bird's nest. It could have a new neighbor that has just come into town. And so what does that very present event give you as an answer? What does that mean? And if I really feel what my future self is telling me, I think he's telling me that right now you're in this crazy treehouse place in Lombok, living a really chill life, and the pressure, and there's no pressure at all. Like, no one's forcing me to do something, to be something here. Like, it's literally like an islander life. So where is all this pressure coming from? And if I just look out, I look out to like coconuts and jackfruit on the trees and being like, wow, like things are growing. Things are growing and producing. Let me show you what I'm seeing right now. Oh my gosh. So right now, like, there's some jackfruit right there. And also, I don't know if you can see, but there's some coconuts in that tree. Like, it's just full of like trees and forests. It's beautiful. So everything is living, and so that's gotta live too, I guess. Yeah, you gotta think of that. But also want to give a shout out to Anddie, who is watching these videos from Chile. Shout out to you. I'm rooting for you and hope you're doing well. If you guys like these videos, feel free to subscribe and drop a comment below. What are your thoughts on today's lessons or anything that stood out to you? Peace. I'll see you next week, guys.